All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a match between, I believe this is XiaoKK versus, wait, I need to wait for the population ticker, Fortitude. This game taking place here on Echo Isle. Gonna go ahead and swap the colors as we are looking at, well, this is gonna be fortified spawning as the red human over here on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, XiaoKK has spawned as the blue orc. Orc versus human in a 1v1 matchup. Looking forward to everything going on here as things are now getting underway. What is going to be going on in this particular 1v1? Well, only time can tell, as we are opening up with an Altar of Storms, Barracks, and an Orc Burrow, leading me to believe that it should be a Blade Master with a Lone Grunt for this particular opening. Off on the other side of the map, pretty standard build order, very rare for humans to try and change things up, as there should be an Archmage or Mountain King on this map. It is going to be an Archmage now getting added in. Footmen should be trained up here in just a moment, and it is in fact, well, a Farseer. Interesting Farseer. Green Light Ring, welcome back. Well, yes, lots of memories. Played a lot of games in the human versus orc, me being the human. Always, well, cursing the Blade Master underneath my breath and not really knowing how to handle that harassment. We are looking at the Farseer now make its way out, and well, halfway out, I should say, and it looks like we're going to be going into a bit of harassment. Interesting thing to note, though, is that we still do not have a Voodoo Lounge. And without a Voodoo Lounge, the Farseer is actually going to be very vulnerable to any damage. That damage is what I'll say will actually stick to that Farseer, and it will cut short any sort of harassment if the Farseer doesn't have a way to heal back up. Tech to tier 2 already getting in the way. Water Elemental gonna go ahead and be dropped. Militia now making its rounds as well. A quick ensnare onto another Militia, unfortunately, reducing the amount of damage that this army is able to deal. Now, Forest Troll Trapper will get finished off. Farseer is coming out across. You can take a look. Spirit Wolf chasing down that footman there. And you're going to see, well, denial of that Water Elemental as the Archmage now comes back. Archmage is going to take a little bit of damage as well as take a look, take things back around. And inside, Fortitude's army, or Fortitude's base, is actually wide enough to where the Archmage can actually hide inside of the base. This is normally ill-advised, as sometimes you don't want the grunts to be able to get inside here, but the upside for this is that the Archmage himself is able to, well, hide inside of the base and not get out of position. All right, low hit point footman now looking to back up here. No real damage onto the Farseer as of yet, as we're looking at, well, the Spirit Wolves and other units now trying to head back. I've noticed that many players train an Archmage first and no Paladin, and not no Paladin or not Paladin, and not the Paladin. Archmage is generally a hero that is very, very weak early on, or like at low levels. And the reason why you want to train that Archmage up or get him out earlier is that you can always get the Paladin and the Mountain King later. They're strength-based heroes, and meaning that they have a little bit more hit points. And well, the instant the Archmage comes out later on, even a level 2 Archmage, it becomes a very prime target for, say, Death Coil, Frost Nova, any sort of just hero direct damage to remove that Brilliance Aura. It becomes like the weakest link, and it is a very, very fragile weak link there. Now, Archmage going to go ahead and try and engage, take down the Null Brood off on the far side here. 29 supply compared to 23, as things still underway here. We may see the Tome of Agility getting added in. Yodham, dude, I don't know how to respond to that. Dude. As we're looking at, well, the Farseer coming back down on the far side, getting Lightning Shield and using that Lightning Shield very effectively to deal massive damage to all of these creeps off over here. He's going to go ahead and shift position, try to get as much damage as possible across all these units without actually killing with that particular Lightning Shield. You can see the damage going across all the way, and really, XiaoKK is doing a great job finishing off this Renegade Wizard creep camp, getting very close to level 3. Nice to see you stream. Nice to see viewers on the stream as well, as both sides are clearing up the opponent's creep camps, trying to deny a bit of experience. And now we get into a strange situation where is the Archmage well, gonna be able to train up more footmen, or is it gonna just try and transition into something else? Meanwhile, down across over here, Farseer is already at level 3. With that pendant of energy, are we going to perhaps see a Shadow Hunter as that second hero, or perhaps a Tauren Chieftain? Tauren Chieftain, very powerful, but a Dark Ranger, a curious second hero, and the timing on this is going to be key. Is the Archmage going to accidentally come across this? No, let's take a look. Footman getting in some damage onto that Farseer. Farseer down to 128 hit points. Let's take a look. We may see the death of, oh wait, double backed around for some strange reason, giving a little bit of experience. Now going to go ahead and try and engage. However, the Farseer, is it going to come down? No. Farseer down to 144 hit points, doesn't want to risk any sort of damage here, as some low hit point footmen may be forced to back up. Water Elemental gonna go ahead, be dropped, absorb a bit more damage. There goes another Forest Troll Trapper. 2 skeletal minions currently out. Spirit Wolves are coming into play. Healing Salve onto the Farseer. Item needs to be picked up. There's the Tome of Agility. There's that Lightning Shield, and the units will be forced to back away. There goes, nope, there goes the footman now, as the Spirit Wolf could end up getting taken down. No. Ends up surviving, as the skeletal minions now do a bit of scouting too. Tauren Chieftain came bearing gifts for that Farseer. Farseer glad to be healed, as the units now making their way back into the corners. Dark Ranger sitting at level 1. Dark Ranger is typically not a hero that you see in the human versus orc matchup. Farseer may try to come in for that harassment here. There goes that orc warrior. More skeletal minions need to get added in. In comes the Feral Spirit Wolf, who does deal quite a bit of bonus damage. Chain Lightning finishing off a footman there. Priests are now joining in on the fight, as the skeletal minion army is actually rather powerful. Let's take a look. Spirit Wolves do not give any sort of skeleton, so that's actually rather scary there, as a Manual of Health picked up by that Dark Ranger. Alright, the skeletal minions chasing after all of those units, buying time for the Archmage and the Dark Ranger to do bits of damage. Double Gloves of Haste, perhaps the reason why Potion of Greater Healing wants to be picked up by that Archmage. There it goes, as we're going to see a last Forest Troll Trapper get taken out. Farseer sitting at 3. Tauren Chieftain comfortably sitting at level 2. Puts his foot down, gets a good stomp onto some of those units, as Shamans are joining in on the fight. Shamans with that purge going to be very important. Hi Aria, how are you? From when is this replay? I believe this replay is less than 2 weeks old. This was taken from the NetEase ladders. I don't have the exact days. I have the upload date, but I didn't think it was particularly important. I can answer that in between the rounds. Now let's continue to watch things unfold here. Farseer dropping double Spirit Wolves. Tauren Chieftain currently out onto the field. Proto Beast looking to finish things off once more, as the sorceresses look to clear out this mercenary camp, but it was already cleared by his opponent. Picking up the Forest Troll Berserker now, and we'll see what is going to be happening next. It is Brilliance Aura level 1, meaning most likely level 2 Water Elementals. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 3, level 2 Endurance Aura with Stomp. Yes, Aria. No, it's on the 1v1. Archmage now making its... Do you have something you need to do? Archmage now making its way back over here. Sorceress is going to go ahead and get into a little bit of damage, but nothing too bad, as the Archmage now shifting its way back over. Farseer may go for a Chain Lightning and then a Stomp strategy. Scroll of Speed, so powerful and impactful in this matchup, as the Tauren Chieftain, even if it is slowed, with the Scroll of Speed can easily get into position to lay down a dangerous stomp. Let's take a look at this. Farseer down to 229 mana after losing a bunch. Tauren Chieftain in that front line. Footmen are going to have very bad day there, as there goes a slow as well. Scroll of Speed is going to be forced to be used there. Tauren Chieftain losing a bit. There it goes, trying to engage once more. There's a Purge onto a Footman. Footman does not get denied, though, as we're going to be looking for an engagement there. Tauren Chieftain can get a stomp down. There's Ensnare. In chasing is going to be a little bit more dangerous. Invisibility on the Troll Berserker. Wind Riders are in the air as well. There's a Purge onto a Water Elemental, as the Priests need to come back around to fight. Lightning Shield onto the Tauren Chieftain. Militia gonna get eaten alive by that Lightning Shield. You can see the damage just eating up. There goes 2 units again. There goes perhaps a third, as the Militia trying to finish off that one grunt, but not gonna be able to do so. Tauren Chieftain puts his foot down again, a big stomp across multiple units. Troll Berserkers trying to back away, purge onto the Water Elemental, and Xiao is just doing a great job shutting down and out-microing his opponent, getting every little bit of an advantage as the Scroll of Speed now being used in order to get away and save perhaps some low hit point units. Low hit point Grunt will be able to head back. Oh, Kodo Beast trying to eat up a Spellbreaker does do exactly that. However, the Scroll of Speed has come to an end, and well, what's going to end up happening here? Water Elemental is trying to finish that off. There's a Purge again. Farseer is in position. Spellbreaker is diving back in onto that unit right there. Dark Ranger may try to finish it off there. Nope, not quite yet. It looks like there was a Scroll of Healing used, and the line is just absolutely strange. We do see silence come across all of those shamans right there as the sorcerers are going to be forced to back off. Tauren Chieftain may be able to get off a big stomp right there, only hitting 2 heroes, or 1 hero. Archmage still quite fine for now, drops a Water Elemental as the priests need to be getting in some big heals onto that Archmage. Archmage is in trouble. Unit's trying to head back around. There is another silence again. Priests do have adept training, so they could try and dispel magic onto those spirit wolves as the shamans continue to just get silenced once more. Spellbreakers going after some other units. Grunts could end up getting taken down, and has XiaoKK overstayed his welcome. Consistent silence onto units, causing some big problems. Oh, that was actually revealed. Not quite sure how it was revealed right there, as the Tauren Chieftain now using that Scroll of Town Portal at the last possible moment. Is that Wind Rider going to get taken out? Yes, it will. Archmage sits at level 3. Priest, Forest Troll, Berserkers, Spellbreakers, all working together here. No expansions coming in. And right now, economically speaking, the Orc does have the advantage since he is in no upkeep. Meanwhile, however, the army is slightly larger for the human. We do see double Gloves of Haste. There is that expansion right there, as the Spellbreaker should be able to finish this off and perhaps give level 4 to the Archmage. Level 2 Brilliance Aura. Remember how overpowered the Water Elementals were in WarCraft 1? I actually don't remember. Purge onto the Archmage. Archmage now in serious trouble. Stomp followed up. Priest need to doing a bit of healing. There is invisibility. Dust of Appearance now being used. Archmage uses the potion of healing right there to stay alive a little while longer. Stomp now coming again. Tauren Chieftain. Is it gonna, well, are we gonna see a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, we do. Tauren Chieftain may end up getting taken out. Is it gonna get taken out down to 20 hit points, trying to run away, and it is able to escape at 20 hit points again. Beautifully executed right there. Water Elemental gonna get purged down. Farseer now sitting at 4. Tauren Chieftain sitting at 4 as well. Luckily, he dodged that bullet. Now, economically speaking, a big advantage while XiaoKK stays in no upkeep. He is going to be mining a lot more gold than his opponent, but at some point, he is going to need to go into low upkeep. Perhaps he's going to try to stay there for as long as he can to get more gold, and perhaps into the 700 to 1200 range, and then bursting into the mid 60s to have that, well, army size advantage. Spellbreakers are right there. Oh, there is a little bit of feedback damage. Tauren Chieftain trying to get in some damage. Stomp is not going to work. Let's take a look. Archmage going back around. We're going to see Purge onto that Water Elemental momentarily as we're waiting for the Shaman's silence to come to an end. Silence under the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain in a lot of trouble. Lost a lot of mana right there as it tried to dive on in. And that was a beautiful counter using Spellbreakers and then following up with Silence to overexpose that Tauren Chieftain and that mana. Kodo Beast. Where are they going to go? Trying to finish off some more units. Kodo Beast going to try and dine and dash once more. That is not looking good. Let's take a look. A handful of low hit point units. Purge trying to break free right there. And that is 6 supplies in the belly of the beast. 3 of that supply going to get freed up again. Let's take a look. One more shot. There it goes. Spellbreaker ends up surviving. However, the expansion is still currently, well, mining away, and that is a problem. You see more Purge getting there as well. There goes a Forest Troll Berserker. It gets taken out. Hi, YKJ. Long time no see. I think you're still the all-time bit leader. Thank you for tuning in. Archmage now going to go ahead and drop down a Water Elemental here as the Sorceress's Rifleman now coming across. Shocky Shocks, hey, how you doing as well? Spellbreakers may try to engage. We are looking at 49 supply, massive repairs onto that watchtower, as the Dark Ranger, well, really has a lot of mana, and the Dark Ranger transitioned away from a Black Arrow based into Mass Silence. Are we going to see a Silence be used here? There you go. Are we going to see a Silence on that Tauren Chieftain? No, not in time. And that is going to be a big impact right there. So much damage across all of those units. Scroll of Speed now being used again, but all of the mana lost. The Mass Spellbreakers causing that problem. However, a Potion of Mana quickly getting around that problem. Dark Ranger now continuing to fire back around. Let's take a look. Raiders could end up getting taken down. It gets taken down as well. Tauren Chieftain right there. Archmage trying to shift back off to the north. And the Spellbreakers are just going to be able to eat through so many of these Shaman as the Spellbreakers deal bonus damage to anything with mana. All right, Tauren Chieftain once again low on mana right there. Grunt taking a horrible bit of damage, but it looks like it will end up surviving. 2-3 priests in the back, very key in keeping this push alive. As the Archmage now gets into position here, Kodo Beast, well, offering sight, trying to hide anything rather difficult. Let's take a look. Water Elemental easily going to get purged out. Wind Rider trying to join in on the fight here. And, well, the only things that can really shoot it are the rifle or the heroes. The Water Elementals get a big bonus damage. One Rifleman, but that needs to be protected very much. Tauren Chieftain going back around. Raider going to try and engage as well. Let's take a look. Silence back again as more and more casters are joining in on the fight. The Wind Riders are constantly being forced to flee and retreat. And as you're fleeing and retreating, well, you are still taking big damage. Archmage going to make its way back over, drops a Water Elemental, going to be going after the Watchtowers here. Low hit point Spellbreaker, down to 47 hit points, 36, going to start to try and heal. But the purges from the Shaman still coming very, very heavy. All right, this is a strange spot for the Orc player. He knows he needs those Shamans to deal with those Water Elementals, but there's such a large army of Spellbreakers that those units just don't seem to be very long at all. Let's take a look. One more shot there. There goes another Skeleton Minion popping back up. Dark Ranger doing a great job setting this all up, as you're going to see more units getting taken out again. 60 supply compared to 48. And this game really is a matchup of the proper counters. Also, the Dark Ranger, the use of the Dark Ranger for silence also extends the usability of those Water Elementals while the Shamans are silenced, and that silence does last for a very long time on standard spellcasters. With that happening, the Water Elementals are able to get in enough damage. YKJ, thank you for the cheer. Coming back with a big presence once again, as the Water Elemental is now trying to push down that Watchtower again. All right, let's continue to take a look. Chain Lightning eating their way through. Tauren Chieftain going to most likely throw down a stomp here. What's going on? Going to try and hit it. Is going to see a silence. No, we didn't, as the Tauren Chieftain still has plenty of mana. Chain Lightning going after the remaining units. Priest going to try and turn back around. Another stomp after a Potion of Mana was used right there. Spellbreakers, however, look like they're going to be able to finish it off. Scroll of Healing trying to counteract the Tauren Chieftain, able to heal back up. Silence on the Shamans, currently still acting in play, as we're going to take a look as a Wind Rider gets taken out. Farseer gets up to level 5. Wind Riders are overexposed right here. Rifleman going to try to finish off more damage. Spirit Wolves, the nasty level 3 variety, are in position and going to start eating away at those units. Still no control magic, surprisingly, onto those Spirit Wolves, as the Spirit Wolves, well, would be very, very vital targets for that control magic, as the Spellbreakers. I'm happy January 11th. Wow. Yep, that is a way to do it. Can't... very, very... Well, thank you. Thank you again. When I saw 1011, for some reason I read it as binary, and I'm just like, what is that? 5? I got 5 bits? Not quite sure why I did that there, but thank you again. All right, Great Hall looks like it will get taken out. Spirit Wolf going to go ahead and dive on inside, but there is already an Arcane Tower right there. Dark Ranger ready to put in a lot of pressure. Dark Minions, 15 to 17 damage per swipe. Shamans coming in with a big, giant Scroll of Speed, now trying to dive onto that position. Spellbreaker is going to be able to get in some big damage. Tauren Chieftain is going to throw down a stomp. No, not quite yet. Silence is still active. Water Elemental going to be dropped down as the Spellbreakers try to make their way through. Tauren Chieftain looking to get a stomp off. There it goes, hitting multiple units, as the Shamans are now trying to make their way back over. Tauren Chieftain going to lose quite a bit of mana, down to 97. Is he going to lose any more? No, trying to stay away as well, as the Archmage shifting back again. All right, Spellbreaker is going to go back after some of those units. Kodo Beast does have a water elemental in its belly. Tauren Chieftain has enough for... There's the Potion of Mana. There's that Stomp that we were waiting on. Rifleman may get taken out as the Tauren Chieftain gets away at 137 hit points. 49 compared to 46 supply. Wind Riders, Archmage could be in trouble. Needs to use that Potion of Healing. Well, it takes a critical strike right there. Priest going to end up getting taken down. You can see big damage. Wind Rider right there. There's that Control Magic, and the Control Magic could turn things back around here. Archmage in serious trouble. Down to 33, down to 17. The stun lasting too long. Unable to use the Potion of Healing, and that may be the beginning of the end. Human in serious trouble right now. Fortitude is going to be able to turn things back around. XiaoKK, Tauren Chieftain, well, the economic advantage is going to be start to be far too much. The Wind Riders having too many targets that are easy for them to finish off, as the Kodo Beast even leaves with an empty belly. Farseer coming across. There's those double Spirit Wolves once more. Let's take a look. This Control Magic not even being used right there. Those Spirit Wolves. Well, there's that Control Magic once more, trying to finish off some of those other units. Wind Rider gets taken out. What is going on? All of a sudden, things look very drastically different. Dark Ranger, well, Farseer sitting at level 6. Tauren Chieftain trying to lead the Kodo Beast away. There's a little bit of damage right there. Spirit Wolf may be able to catch up to that Tauren Chieftain. Oh, get the damage. There you go. Spellbreaker is going to get some more mana off there, as that is absolutely huge. Trying to repair. More Spirit Wolves coming back across. Are we going to see some more summon or Control Magic? No, we are not. Tauren Chieftain could get taken down. Tauren Chieftain falls at level 5 as well. Oh, Tauren Chieftain falling at level 5. That is huge. Dark Ranger now trying to head back. Pretty much out of mana. Units are trying to go back to their respective corners. 35 supply compared to 34. Archmage now halfway through. Thank you for the follow, as we're taking a look at this mass caster army trying to go after some of those other units. All right, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Dark Ranger gets up to level 6. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability right there. Gonna get down to 174, trying to get away. Heals are constantly in position. There's all of those heals. Is that Dark Ranger gonna use that Potion of Lesser Invulnerability right there, waiting for it? Spirit Wolves could get a critical strike off, and that is scary. A critical strike off onto that Dark Ranger. You cannot be so certain, as the Dark Ranger down to 73, 45 hit points. Are we going to see it? Potion of Invulnerability in time. All right, Potion of Invulnerability in time. Let's take a look. Trying to finish off some more units. That Spirit Wolf is looking to just engage, and it could, well, timed life gets finished off. All right, Priests need to get healed. Another Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, perhaps, or a Scroll of Healing. Dark Ranger purposely just hiding amongst so many units. It will be very finished to take off. There it goes. There's that damage now starting to add back up. Are we going to perhaps get a Dispel Magic? And right there, all right, they are invisible once more as the Dark Ranger looks to get away. Meanwhile, back off. What the heck? Okay, meanwhile, back off over here. Archmage gets ensnared, currently in the battle. Potion of Healing is right there. Needs to be able to get free. Is going to be able to do that. Drops a Water Elemental. Is going to be able to get enough gold? That is a big question right now. Scroll of Town Portal would be perfect, would be huge. But the Archmage down to 130, 122, 89, 330, trying to break its way free. Is it able to do so? Spellbreakers are there as well. Scroll of Town Portal not purchased, and the Archmage falls the instant it gets back out. Unable to retreat and return back home, and all of a sudden, well, all of that work to get back into the game has really been for naught. Dark Ranger continuing to try to fight its way back through, unable to pass through those Spirit Wolves. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability could be used, down to 37 hit points. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability is used there. Are we going to see this? Well, we need to get some heals onto that Dark Ranger. Otherwise, you're just going to see a big attack just finish it off right there. All right, let's take a look. Is it going to be able to attack that unit? That is the question. Priests are now trying to heal back up that Dark Ranger. Resurrection on the Altar of Kings still not yet happening. And yeah, oh wow, great haul. Down to 27 hit points, but still alive. Peons mining no more right there. No more mining off to the north either. And it may come down to the fact that a 27 hit point Great Hall was not destroyed. 44 supply compared to 28. Farseer healing back up. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 5 has plenty of mana as well. Who is going to try to have the most mana at the end of it? This is the next important question. Spirit Wolves also going to be moving on out. Shamans are going to be important. You can take a look. Dark Ranger, Spellbreakers. and this is a classic battle. If Fortitude loses this battle, he's going to lose the game, as the economic advantage may become far too much. Dark Ranger going straight after there. There's the stomp, only hitting a handful of units, but there is a priest in the mix as well. Dark Ranger going after some units. Are we going to perhaps be going? Yes, Kodo Beast actually was possessed. Dark Ranger with Kodo Beast. A big damage bonus across multiple units, as the Wind Riders now trying to finish off some more units. There was an invisibility, but not going to be in time. Kodo Beast could end up getting taken down. There is a Tauren Chieftain chasing after that unit. Let's take a look. Tauren Chieftain down to, up to level 6. And is it going to turn back into, a resurrection? The reincarnation could be the big difference, as the units are now trying to come back away. Thank you for the follow, as the priests are now trying to run back. Meanwhile, back across over here, there goes that Great Hall. Dark Ranger and this army is currently sitting at 38 supply. The Dark Ranger can continue to add more and more units there. Are we going to see a death? Yes, Dark Minion right there dealing so much damage. Finishing off another peon could spell certain trouble, as we're going to see that shot there. Another Dark Minion is up. All right, all the units are going to try and hide nearby. Militia joining in on the fight. Tauren Chieftain, going to be taking a little bit of damage. Let's take a look at this. Archmage is now back out onto the field and is able to heal back up with those priests out in play. Let's take a look at this. Militia surrounding, causing problems. Don't go after the Tauren Chieftain first. He will just be resurrected. Going after the Archmage. Archmage now, sorry, not the Archmage, the Farseer. Farseer, Chain Lightning eats through many of those priests. Dark Ranger now shows back up to the party. As you can take a look, poor Sorceress should not be trying to battle that up. It looks like there was a resummoning node. Time life comes to an end. Skeletal minions finish off everything here, and that is the game. All right, Fortitude taking out XiaoKK, even though he had the lower score, lost his Archmage 2 times at level 5, but was able to hold on. He also was behind with resources. Taking a look at how everything unfolded in that matchup, it really was the key use of that Dark Ranger and that silence. It takes a lot of energy and effort for the Tauren Chieftain, an Orc player, to use the Tauren Chieftain, execute the Scroll of Speed, try and navigate around Spellbreakers, and then finally place down an effective stomp. With all of that invested in there, all of a sudden, the Dark Ranger able to get a silence off on the Shaman and also on that Tauren Chieftain. The Tauren Chieftain just stands around a little while longer, losing all of that precious mana, and then finds himself overexposed and unable to get out of a bad spot. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're on YouTube, check out my other videos. Everyone here on Twitch and Facebook, stay tuned.